an outrageous attack that took place yesterday outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum here in Washington, D.C. The shooter killed 2 Israeli embassy staff members who were leaving an event for young Jewish professionals who worked in foreign policy. It was a display of senseless and cowardly violence. Once in custody, as you can imagine, the shooter yelled, quote unquote, "Free Palestine," and then followed up with some words about what's going on in Gaza at this point. So our hearts go out to the young victim of this tragedy, obviously to their families, and to the Israeli people generally. This sort of hate is unacceptable in our society, almost unbelievable, but I suppose so common now I shouldn't use that word unbelievable. I commend Attorney General Bondi for quickly responding to the scene, and I know her department and law enforcement will do their job and find justice for the victims. Today's agenda, we have nominations of Terrence Cole to be administrator of the Drug Enforcement Administration and Mr. Serrato to be director of the Marshal Service, and David Waterman to be United States Attorney for the Southern District of Iowa. Mr. Waterman is listed for the first time and will be held over, and we'll plan to vote on him at our next meeting. We'll vote on other 2 nominees today, and I'll be supporting both. Mr. Cole is a career DEA officer who worked in some of its most challenging posts. He knows the challenges facing agents in the field, and he's prepared to face these challenges. He told us that his #1 priority, if confirmed, would be to combat drug crisis, his words, with urgency and resolve. Mr. Cole knows the role that the cartels plays in pumping poison into our country, and he knows that this isn't a fight that the DEA wages alone. His experience with Governor Youngkin's cabinet shows that he knows the importance of working with state and local governments, and that he'll build strong partnerships to save American lives. Mr. Serrato, too, is very familiar with the job that he's about to assume. He's been Marshal for the Southern District of Florida for the past 2 administrations. He's led highly successful projects there, including some that resulted in over 100 arrests and seizures of narcotics and firearms. He's also overseen an investigation into threats against federal judges and multiple members of the Marshal staff, which resulted in arrests. What's most clear is that Mr. Serrato is deeply committed to the Marshal Service value of justice, of integrity, and of service. Mr. Cole and Mr. Serrato will be assets to the agencies they're set to lead, and I look forward to getting them to work. Now, Senator Durbin.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Let me join the chairman in extending my thoughts and prayers to the 2 individuals who were shot and killed last night outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum, just blocks from the Capitol building here in Washington. My thoughts are with their families, and as I read the stories of these 2 young people who were planning to get married, it is a heartbreaking episode. Violence has no place in our society, and must be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. There is no justification, none, for hate speech, hate crimes, or anti-Semitism, whether from the left or the right side of the political spectrum. As I have stated before, we must condemn political violence and hate no matter the ideology that promotes it, and we must work together to protect America from this urgent threat. According to the most recent national hate crime statistics. The FBI received reports of 11,862 hate crimes in 2023, the highest number ever recorded since the FBI began reporting this data more than 30 years ago. More than half of the religious-based hate crimes were based on anti-Jewish bias, and we know that this data does not fully capture the increase in anti-Semitic threats, vandalism, and attacks since the horrific October 7 Hamas attack on Israel in 2023. This is a reminder to our committee, which has jurisdictional responsibility. We must continue to equip federal and state law enforcement with the resources necessary to combat anti-Semitism and protect Jewish Americans and to combat violence. This includes asking this administration to reverse course on its dangerous cuts to domestic terrorism prevention efforts, which leaves our nation less secure and America less safe in today's heightened threat environment. And we must support law enforcement programs focused on countering domestic terrorism and violent extremism. I hope that in light of today's tragic news, we can all agree to redouble our efforts on a bipartisan basis to confront this threat with the full force of the federal government and to protect the safety of all Americans. I hope